The federal Cash for Clunkers program, officially known as the Car Allowance Rebate System, kicked off on July 1, 2009, with a $1 billion budget. It offered $3,500 to $4,500 to anyone who traded in an old car for a new one that was more fuel efficient. The scheme was an instant success, with 700,000 cars sold in the first month. But it was a victim of its own success, as its initial $1 billion budget evaporated in the first week itself. On August 6th, Congress scrambled to approve another $2 billion to revive the scheme. But even with this, it was unable to keep the program alive until its original target date on November 1st. It wound up on August 24th, exactly a month after the first rebates were issued. The media buzz surrounding the program spiked in July and dropped suddenly after its premature death, as shown by this Google Trends graph. There were sporadic pieces on its impact thereafter. During this period, the coverage on the issue took several twists. The first reports hailed the overwhelming public response to the program, calling it a quick fix or a kickstart to the ailing auto industry. The reporting in this period had a positive ring to it and mirrored an event coverage with government officials as the main sources and lacked any in-depth analysis. But when the program's budget dried up in the first week itself, that served as a rude wake-up call to the media to dig deeper. The national media quickly uncovered how the understaffed transportation department was struggling to process a mountain of rebate applications. Local media showed how this affected their communities with stories about disgruntled dealers quitting the program. The analytical pieces took a more cautious tone. The program was credited with pushing up consumer spending in the third quarter of 2009. But economists worried that it created an artificial demand bubble that cannot be sustained. It was also criticized for helping Japanese and Korean manufacturers gain more market share than American automakers. But the biggest blow came when the green intentions of the program were questioned. Mainstream American media soft-pedaled on this perspective. But the blogosphere and the foreign press, mainly the Financial Times, questioned the dubious environmental goals of the Clunkers program. Liberal blogs made a feeble attempt to gauge whether the Clunkers scheme was the best way to spend $3 billion of stimulus funding. But only cartoonists raised critical governance issues like the pressure exerted by industry lobbyists to push the program through Congress. Social networking sites were another hotbed for exchanging ideas. Several Facebook groups had been formed to debate the program. It is still a subject for Twitterers who are trying to predict what is next in line. The media is currently hot on the heels of the new Cash for Appliances program that is designed in the same vein as the Clunkers scheme. Only time will tell whether the media would play a proactive role in covering this new Cash for Corkers program using the lessons learned from its Clunkers experience.